Oh, yes. It's the season finale of Mindy Project. Season 4. The first one on Hulu. It was a dramatic one. Lots happened, and we're going to talk about all of it. Jodi, Danny, Mindy, next.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Oh.
I'm really excited to be playing this right now.
This was an April Whisenhant request right here.
Yeah. Because you know I love that part.
This is the best part.
We just have to wait for the beginning of it.
I love how the show has used this kind of music. Here we go, Zane.
I'm on board. /April.
Welcome, everybody, to the Mindy Project After Show here on AFTERBUZZ TV. I am Cameron Lewis at The Only Cam Shaft, Twitter, Instagram, MySpace. April Whisenhant.
MySpace?
Yeah, yes.
All right.
Recently got it back on it.
Well, y'all can find me at April Whisenhant, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, not MySpace, but all the, normal essentials.
And you can find Zayn Malik anywhere records are sold. Pillow Talk.
Yes.
It's one of those songs like I never know what the lyrics are.
Oh, wrong part.
Anyway, so crazy season finale. First season on Hulu. So much happened. I don't even know where to begin.
Well, you said before that it was probably your favorite episode of the season, and I completely agree with you because it got that we've been seeing like silly, but still stuff happening in it, and this was like some meaty goodness here.
Yeah, I think I'll be honest. I kind of want Mindy Project to go full-fledged drama now.
Do you?
Because I'm into it.
No, they're so funny though.
They're so funny, but
I'm into this. I'm into this happening.
Yeah.
But I'm also just very happy.
What are you happy about, April?
Well, that Danny and Mindy. Although, it has a disaster written all over it, of course. But I don't know.
Oh my God. Okay, first of all, season 5 officially has been picked up. If you guys haven't watched the show before, but. Hulu again. I think it's a shorter order, but it's the same. It's 20 something, but I don't know.
Okay.
So clearly they set themselves up for next season at the end of episode 26 here. But we start Danny going to see Mindy. Has a letter in his hand.
An invitation.
An invitation
to his wedding.
To his wedding. What in the hell is happening?
Right. Which I want to point this out. Someone let me find it. On our comments from last week's episode, they said, what happened to Danny's girlfriend from before? That was only a few weeks ago. He's been dating this new girl for like 5 minutes and he already proposed. I also want to know how he broke up with the other girl. And apparently we learned tonight he's been dating, quite a few girls. But that girl was serious enough for him to introduce Leo to her. So, and then now he's engaged. It hasn't been
very quick.
No one else has had that big of a jump in their storyline, so it doesn't make sense for him to.
I think he's just getting impatient with life too. Like he's wanting to get married, to get hitched for whatever reason.
Well, this is what I was telling Lindsay. This girl is like a freaking complete redo of Christina, his ex-wife. Like she has the short blonde hair. She just looks like her, and I don't know.
Come on, Danny.
Yeah.
Don't go with the safe bet.
I thought he was actually gonna tell her in that moment, but then he chickened out.
Yeah, here's the thing. Like, do you owe it to an ex to tell them you're getting married?
Absolutely.
I don't think so.
No.
I really don't think so.
You have a kid together.
If you have a kid
100%.
together, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, they have a kid together, so that's why.
That's what I mean. So I completely agree with that. If you don't have a kid...
Oh, then no, of course. Am I going to call my ex-boyfriend and be like, by the way, I'm getting married? No, I would never do that.
But, he should have just said something. But clearly he didn't say something for a reason, April.
Yeah.
He is not even convinced that he wants to get married to his girl.
Yeah.
Instead, he's looking at Mindy again in more ways than one in an elevator. Ay.
The moment in the apartment where he starts to tell her and then he's like... he's like really tired of this mess, and then she kind of freaks out. I thought that I was like, oh, he just got nervous. It's not the best moment to tell her when she's like crying about being a bad mom. But I thought it was funny how he was like consoling her. And he's like, it's okay. This is probably good for Leo's immune system. He doesn't have to go to the playground and roll around in the dirt. He can just, he'll be here. And she's like, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, Danny. So Jodi is apologizing to Mindy, which is obviously a huge part of this episode.
Right.
Especially towards the end. He does something pretty extreme to win her affections back. Yeah. In the form of buying her an apartment.
I wish someone would apologize to me in that way.
Do you?
No, actually, no.
I was gonna
buy me something really nice, but don't buy me that's some serious.
That would make me run pretty quick.
Well, yeah, because you're essentially first of all, you can't accept that, and then
how do you
you're tied down to them forever. If she doesn't want to be with him, or let's say it happened and you didn't want to be with that person, what then?
Yeah.
You don't have the money to offer to buy it, so I don't know. It's just a messed up situation. But
Definitely.
Jodi is he loves the big moments and the grand gestures. I love me a good grand gesture, but this was just
but
too
not
much.
a Jodi grand gesture.
No.
Yeah, he went a little too far with the apartment thing. Morgan helping him out. So the plan is they're gonna go in. Mindy's going out of town to Miami.
Yeah. On a sex vacation.
On a sexcation.
Sexcation.
Which I've never been to Miami.
Haven't either, but I've heard great things.
I've heard great things too. Miami fans out there anywhere, give us a call.
I'm trying to pull the live chat up right now, but I'm just waiting for the link. So give me a minute, peeps.
All right. So this whole thing is happening with Jodi. He's trying to apologize. He loops Morgan in and Colette in so they can get into the apartment.
All right.
Mindy has this ornate spiral staircase that she's using as some sort of shelf. Mm-hmm. And they decide we're gonna put in a walk-in closet.
Yeah.
Interestingly enough, Morgan has vertigo.
Yeah. I'm not surprised by that. Of
to
course
be
he has
expected.
vertigo.
What is his laundry list of things that are wrong with him, though?
I don't know. So he has vertigo.
Yeah.
I know he has some kind of disease from his pets. I don't know. He's got a lot of stuff.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
So anyways, meanwhile, Mindy and Danny have to go to the school where Leo's at because Leo is in trouble for biting a fellow female student.
The same thing happened to my nephew.
Really?
Yes. He didn't get suspended. He was 1.5, but he bit another student. And my sister, of course, is like, he's the best child. He would never do that. I'm like, he bit me yesterday.
When I was in second grade, I was on the other end of the stick.
Oh, no.
A girl punched me in the face.
Really?
Yeah.
Did it hurt?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. No, not really.
No, it was fine.
Totally fine. Oh, my gosh.
No, yeah, it was like, what the heck?
Were you okay? Why did she punch you in the face?
I don't even remember.
I slapped a boy in the 5th grade. His name was Tamarcus Martin. I still remember that.
You watching Tamarcus?
Yeah,
weird name.
He held up a shirt and did this to me, and I don't know why. I just because normally I'd be like, oh, that's hilarious, but it made me so mad, so I slapped him. Yeah, but you know what, kids, that just proves we grew up in a better time because my PE teacher saw it and she was like, yeah, you do that. Where normally, now it would be oh my gosh, you're expelled.
Yeah,
just
everybody gets
I was
attention.
in 5th grade. You're how old then? 8? I don't even know. But yeah, now it would be something totally different. Where then they were like, yeah, he shouldn't have done that to you.
Yeah, that's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah.
So they go to the school and they get stuck in the elevator.
Yes.
Have you ever been stuck in an elevator before?
No, but I would be horrified.
It's terrifying.
And
it happened once to me.
Really? What happened?
I was downtown in LA at the Westin Bonaventure. Mm-hmm. And after the 13th floor, it's a glass elevator that goes on the outside of the building after the 13th floor.
Yeah.
And I got stuck on the 30th floor.
Oh, no.
For 2 hours. And it was during a convention, so the elevator was packed full of people.
Oh, no. Did anyone stink or anything?
Oh, yeah. No, it got hot and smelly and farty in there. It was so gross. And nobody was hooking up. I can tell you that much right now.
Well, not if it was that packed.
No, but so Mindy and Danny are in the elevator, and this is the moment I think many of us were waiting to see all season, right?
It was I could just feel it because they just have this connection that Mindy and Jodi don't. I know y'all you and Lindsay are big fans of Jodi. I'm not a fan of Jodi. And even in like the most recent weeks, I've been like, okay, you know, I can see where they're going with this, so I'll get on board. But it's just like as soon as Danny is back, I'm like, he never missed a beat. It's like he was never gone. And the connection between the two of them just as actors is so strong that it just makes me go, I should say, right back into it and right back into like, oh, they're just meant to be. Obviously, he did such a dumb thing not telling her because I know it's just going to ruin it. But it's just like them telling their little stories to one another. It was just so sweet.
Yeah, when they were sharing like the dating stories and stuff.
And their banter between one another. Like, it's just, they just have a connection that she hasn't had with anyone else, and we haven't seen him have with anyone else either.
Yeah, and you know, I think I like Danny when he's a part of the show.
Me too.
I don't like when he's half a part of the show.
Yeah.
You know, and so I'm excited. I'm hoping in season 5 that he's back as much as he has been in tonight's episode or in this week's episode, the season finale. I love the story he told about the woman he was dating who he thought was going to poison him.
I know.
It's so funny.
I almost went on a date with a guy that I was like, oh, something is just kind of off about him.
Yeah.
And I mean, nothing like came up when I Googled him, but I don't know. He did the right thing. If you ever think somebody's going to like kind of murder you or whatever, just go ahead and get out of it right
Not
then.
really a good like foundation to start something on if you think you're going to get murdered.
Yeah, poisoned especially. That's like women's thing. That's what we do. That's what they
Poison
say.
people.
That's what they say. That's how
Reminds me of
women.
Gone Girl.
That's how women kill people because it's like the secret. It's not brutal. So, and most women, I don't know. You know, that's a stereotype, obviously, but I mean,
It might be. Yeah, I mean,
studies show.
studies do show.
But I love it. He's like, she handed me some soup, and there were these little white specks in it, and she said that it was Parmesan, and I know Parmesan. So I said I came up with a great excuse of going to the bathroom.
I love stuff like that because I regardless if it fits in a relationship or not, whenever I see a food that is like familiar, that doesn't look the exact same way it always does, I'm like, this thing's gonna kill me. Isn't it?
Or I'm like,
just
this is
gonna
gross.
Throw up after this, aren't I?
Yeah.
So again, Danny and Mindy, they're going through all the dating stories.
And then they tell their sweet stories.
They tell all the sweet stories, and pillow talk happens.
Yeah.
Which was like so exciting.
So Mindy's story, I loved her so much because, so she said the reason why she kept it to like just drop off meetings between the two of them because she was afraid she was going to get attached, which of course she would because they're meant to be. But she told the story about how she saw him randomly one day and just decided to follow him and saw him like doing these random things. But then like, you know, you see him walking a little old lady across the street and everything. She was like, it was just so great to see you and to watch you not knowing that people were watching you and just to see how you were. She was like, it reminded me of why I loved you and that's why I had to stay away from you. And then he tells her the story.
Creepy and sweet at the same time.
Creepy, but like I thought it was sweet more than creepy. But then he tells the story of how he got the letter from Jodi and he went to them. And I'm so glad he at least told them that because that was the thing that kind of, you know, we've been wondering, like, is that going to come out? Is Mindy going to find out that Jodi made this play for her so long ago and he shut it down? So I'm glad that he told her that he kind of...
Yeah, because that really threw everything out there.
Yeah.
It was like, hey, you have feelings for me, I still have feelings for you. And this is how I showed it.
Yeah.
And I didn't tell you, but I'm telling you now. I'm glad he didn't tell her initially, because then it would have been like, I'm doing this for egotistical reasons and not because I want you to know I care about you.
Right. But then I love the look in his eyes when he's like, so did anything happen between you? And then she asks if he's been serious with anyone. And it's just, I mean, like, what was he supposed to say in that moment? If he's like feeling it, because you're right, pillow talk started right then. Are you really going to be like, yes, I'm engaged when this thing is about to happen between the two of you?
Yeah.
I don't think so. Well,
I don't
he didn't,
think so.
clearly. And I was so happy. I'm like, I literally have been, I know I'm probably just like cheesing ridiculously, but I've been waiting for this moment to happen all season long.
You've been waiting.
I really have.
You've been throwing it out there. You've been predicting it too.
Yeah.
But you might not be right 100%.
I'm not saying that we're not on predictions
Given
yet.
the end.
I'm not saying I'm right, but I'm saying I'm just happy that this happened between the two of them.
It was a nice thing to see happen. Like, honestly, I obviously was pitching Jodi all season, but
Yeah.
this was nice, right? It was good.
And then the moments after, like the walk back home.
Yeah, but
The I love
that's
you.
when that was your last chance, Danny, to tell her
Yeah.
without it just be like, it would have been an uncomfortable conversation. She'd probably be a little bit pissed off.
Sure.
But that was the last opportunity. Now it's going to be probably irreversible damage.
Yeah.
Like, that's going to be an
But
issue.
it was just, this is when it like started to make me like hurt because she looked at him, she's like, I love you. And you can just tell she really does.
She does.
And he said it back, and it definitely seems like he really does. But how could he not? I was just like, turn around, tell her.
Yeah.
Just tell her.
Just tell her.
And he
Tell
didn't.
her, you know what, I'm with the wrong person.
But I can't decide why he didn't tell her, other than just
a good
being
moment.
scared.
Yeah, I think he was just scared. It's a good moment. He didn't want to ruin, and inadvertently, he's going to ruin everything.
Exactly.
Like you always do.
Oh, I'm really sad
Danny.
about it.
But yeah, I mean, that was a difficult kind of thing because it was so nice, it was so sweet, like they're getting back together, maybe.
Right.
And then she goes inside, and we see her go inside and have this whole thing with Jodi, and Jodi converted the upstairs apartment. He's going to convert the upstairs apartment to Leo's room and all these other things, and I'll give you your dreams and hopes and all these things. And meanwhile, things went really well with Danny, but we know Danny's secret. Mm-hmm. It's very Hitchcockian in that way. And the letter, the invitation, is on
The counter.
And what the hell?
I don't know. It's just, I mean, clearly we see what they are trying to do because he's like, Jodi tells her in that moment that he is in love with her. He's like, the only reason I would ever do this is possibly because I was irrationally in love with someone. And
Which
okay,
throwing it all out there, man. You're buying an apartment, you're confessing your love. Like, ooh.
it's like, we know you love her at this point. But it's just, it's like I get the sense that she's like overwhelmed and surprised by this for Jodi, but it's like I feel like they're trying to set it up like, Jodi's doing this great thing and Danny's doing this very bad thing.
Yeah.
But then Mindy feels these feelings toward Danny. So I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
I loved how Jodi did the whole like imagine this kind of thing, like this huge apartment for Leo, which by the way, we got a funny tweet that I'm gonna read to you right now as soon as my computer will load. But like she's supposed to be imagining how, life will be like with her old closet back, and this will, Leo will have this little oasis for himself.
Yeah.
And I liked that he did it, like he put it as Leo's thing, because
And not Mindy's.
I was thinking, I'm like, oh my gosh, you got a whole other apartment. Like you can do so much with that,
Yeah.
not just like the baby's room. But, and that's what the tweet we got was, but it was from the Mrs. Tolley, and she says she can't watch live, but an entire NYC apartment for a kid's room, # must be nice.
Hashtag is very nice.
No, I want the same thing. But so I like that he put like Leo into it.
Yeah.
But
No, that was nice.
I don't know. What do you think about it all?
Well, I think as much as I was pitching Jodi and Mindy, right? Mm-hmm. I think when it comes down to it, Jodi makes the most sense on paper. Like, he's going to give you everything you want.
Right.
Like, he's going to be so nice to you and look out for you and be there for you. Mm-hmm. And Danny is, like, just for whatever reason, the one that she's in love with.
Right.
And I think that she wants to be in love with Jodi for all the right reasons, but at the end of the day, she can't be.
Right.
So I think one of two things is either going to happen. Either she's going to hear this thing from Danny and go, okay, well, you chose me, so it's fine. Mm-hmm. Or she's going to go, okay, well, you did it again. You lied to me. Jodi has it all lined up. I'm just going to make myself love Jodi.
Yeah. Well, it's like, I think of the moment where Colette was talking to him, and she's like, this is for this girl that's not quiet and is not Southern and this, and this. And it's like they're trying so hard to point out, like, oh, Mindy could be so right for him because she's so wrong in every way, according to what Jodi has liked before. So I feel them like pushing it, but I just don't want them to do that so much. Because honestly, because of the connection. Now, I'm not saying that Mindy and Jodi have zero chemistry with one another, but to me, it's just so different between her and Danny.
Yeah.
And it's just what we've known for so long.
Yeah.
And But I don't know. I just see. I mean, do you think he'll end up telling her? Do you think she'll open the mail?
I think that she'll open the mail. I don't think he's going to tell her.
Then again, they could do that in a really funny way because Morgan has opened her mail sometimes.
That's true.
But I don't think that's going to happen like that.
Well, I mean, we only have a couple minutes left, so why don't we fully go into predictions? We kind of just shared some there, but let's go ahead and do that.
Yeah.
Predictions.
And now,
Flash the lights.
Your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
So, April, you already hit us with a few. Do you have any other predictions? Mindy Project Season 5.
Yes. I think that, honestly, it depends on his availability.
Danny's availability.
Yes.
Yeah.
It depends on if he is actually, if he's going to be shooting other movies or not. I feel this is a pretty wide-ranged
Throw it out there.
prediction, but I feel like end of Mindy is Danny and Mindy being together. Do I think it's
ending?
just going to be like, yes, like whenever the show series finale kind of thing. Do I think that it's going to happen? They're going to get there easily? By no means, 100%.
Yeah.
So I see them. I don't think Danny's going to get married, but I don't think Mindy's just going to be like, oh, great, well, you chose me, and da-da-da-da. So I don't think they'll do the whole, like, oh, you got married thing, but I think she'll just be insanely mad at him.
Yeah.
And then maybe go with Jodi for a little while.
I have swayed my opinion towards your side because I feel like at the end of the series, which, to be honest, folks, I think Season 5 will probably be it.
You think?
I think it'll probably be it. It feels like the natural kind of resting place. Could be wrong.
I could see like 2 more.
2 more? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It just depends. It honestly depends on how, whatever they choose, how the audience reacts to it.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, so I think they're gonna end up back together at some point.
Yeah.
But I don't. You know, I just hope. I hope that we see some more character development next season for
Me too.
Morgan and for Tamra and for Colette and all of those folks because they are funny as hell.
Lindsay could be onto something with her theory about Jeremy because like in the moment where we see Tamra, she like cut her scrubs in half so it's a belly shirt now. He's like, I would love to do that and cut the sleeves off my jacket and make a stylish vest, but you don't see me doing that. So I don't know. And then he's talking about all the Lady Di memorabilia that he has in his apartment. Not that, you know, I've said a million times, that doesn't make him gay by any means. I think that's just a funny part of his character that they love showcasing. But you never know. Because they haven't developed his character any other way.
I think there might be something there.
Yeah.
I saw Ed Weeks a couple weeks ago.
Where?
I'll tell you where after the show.
Oh, gosh. I'm so excited.
All right, folks. Well, that's it. Thank you so much for an amazing season. Thanks for watching here at AfterBuzz TV. Subscribe to the podcast if you're just now listening. Listen to all the other ones. Any other show here at AfterBuzz TV. You can search on iTunes, SoundCloud, I think, AfterBuzzTV.com, anywhere a podcast is found. April, tell the people they can find you.
Y'all can find me everywhere at April Whisenhant.
You can find me at The Only Cam Chef, Twitter and Instagram, and also Lindsay Miller at Rockin' Mama Live. She was on the show with us all season, obviously, so follow her there. Thank you so much. We'll see you next season.
See you next season.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.